Hello, water signs. Welcome to your weekly oracle messages. As always, keep in mind that this is only a general reading. Always take what it feels right and with what does resonate within your own life experiences during this time. If you would like a personal reading with me, please contact me through the email I put in the description box below. For the month of August, I'm offering a special called Tales of the Sun, and this is a reading that was created into two parts, part one being sunrise and part two sunset. They are not exclusive to each other. They were created as a complement, so they can definitely be ordered separately if you want them to, and still gather quite a lot of information about what those readings are about. So if you would like to know more details about it or any other of my services, just email me. Or if you would like to donate and support my channel, you can also do so by following the PayPal link, which is also down below, and as well my Facebook and Instagram page. So, water signs, your common energy is celebration. But it's interesting because looking at your reading for all three of you, there seems to be a source of challenge here, emotional challenge that is taking some of you down. So this could be more of an advice here. Celebration energy seems for me for three of you that is talking about the fact that aside of what some of you are going through and what some of you are going through during this week feels like a sudden change in the weather. So it doesn't mean that it's going to stick, it's going to be that way, that things are going to be defined by whatever challenge you face now. It's a phase. It's like the weather. It suddenly changes and it brings rain and it brings a storm and it brings snow and it brings just this sometimes uncomfortable and unpredictable elements that disrupt our way of living, but the sun always rises back up. So I feel like some of you are needing to be a little bit more positive as well, or needing to have a better mindset here to support you and give you strength and power when facing adversity or when facing things that might not be, the most easy things or positive things to experience, but still facing things with a smile or within a positive attitude is always going to be better because you're going to find much easier the way out, the solution to your problems, the solution to a situation if you focus on that and not just on the issue itself. And so I feel like some of you, this is something that might be significant. You might be really, really, really in need to look at the bright side of what certain experiences are about, even if apparently they have no brighter aspect. They have no silver lining. I feel like eventually you will realize that they do. It might not be the thing that you would like, though. The difference here is the expectation that you create, because from pain we know love, we know bliss, we know joy. We from the opposite of some emotion, we know that they work together as a whole. Because without one or the other, we wouldn't know the other side of something. So sadness is an aspect and a manifestation as joy as well. So it's an interesting here. It's an interesting thing here for some of you that I feel you're going through, which is a need to understand the polarities of life and the polarities of how things work in terms of shadow and light. To understand that you're not, and your life is not just one thing or the other. You are both working at the same time. And I feel like some of you, there might be an issue with relationships specifically that might be the reason of why some of you during this week may feel a little bit down because of a relationship, because of a person, because of someone that created an emotional issue for you, or an emotional pain or challenge or betrayal or whatever it is. And for some of you, this is not just about love. This is about, people you have trusted in general. And you might be seeing that some of your loved ones or people you have been with are not what they seem or not what you hoped they would be, and that is creating some sense of disappointment. I also feel like generally for water signs, there can be something disappointing you, yes, during this week, but remember that it's not going to end there. That's not all there is. We all face letdowns, and this is just something. It's a letdown. It's not how the situation will even define itself to be. Um, so so because of all of this, I feel like some of you are called to celebrate life with everything, with everything. It's like the full package of what this existence brings, and this is a crazy, intense journey to be alive. So the best thing to do is to dance out, is to dance it out, is to party, is to smile, is to create more and more and more and more. It's to give birth to always something else than just beyond the darkness we sometimes experience. So, and I feel like some of you are supported during this week as well. You have others kind of motivating you as well, I feel, to go out or to be more in this vibration of celebration, and as well acceptance of the tides here, acceptance of how things sometimes not always work out the way we planned, but we can still gather something from it that in the end will be valuable to the person we will become and the experiences that we will encounter ahead. And for Scorpio, I feel like this is about fighting your demons. For Scorpio in particular, I feel like this is about you and the things you think, the things you feel, the feelings you feed, obsessive one or those of fear, those that tell you a lot of um, things that are not true. I feel like some of you Scorpios have your mind molded with a lot of deceit in terms of it's like the fear some of you have leads to your mind deceiving you into believing the worst about a situation, about someone, about anything, creating this ongoing sense of mistrust or lack of you know, lack of assurance that things are there for you, that people are there for you, that love is there for you, that whatever you need is there. But it's there, but some of you are not seeing it. It's an interesting thing here. Some of you need to clear out the clutter of the mind and look at things as they are, truthfully. Some of them are not pretty, yes, but some of them are. And I feel like you are mixing them up. This is a great card, the Consciousness card. And you can see that there's this breakthrough of vision, right? Things that were hidden are now becoming clear and clear and clear. You are being forced to see some things, and I feel like some things that you're being called to see is also about the things that are bright, the light, the good side of things that surround you. I feel like some of you have not been justified or not. I feel like some of you have not been really grateful or valuing enough the blessings you have, the things you have around you that support you, that provide to you emotional care. You would only understand that if that would be taken away from you. And what I'm feeling is like through proper meditation or through proper sense of reconnection with your being, with your inner voice, you can listen to what's being said without that defining you. It's like because sometimes when we're trying to listen to our beings, there's a lot of fears and a lot of negative things and visions even that come forward. But that's an aspect of us, yes, that's a byproduct of our fears, just as any other good thing you will see. So both are being shown to you, and you're working with both elements for a reason, because I think that, you know, some of you have been living in a little bit of an unrealistic expectation of something in terms of either you wanting everything to be happy and light and easy, or you then just seeing things as dark and horrible. So some of you have been seeing things in a very extreme, radical way. It's like either great or either things are a nightmare. And I feel like some of you are being called to be more tolerant with the way your energy works and the way some things operate as well. Some things that are a little bit beyond your control. So clearing out as well here the closet. When I say that, it's like taking away things that are unnecessary, and it's like I also feel like some of you have not been maybe exercising fully, right, your consciousness in terms of maybe you have been doing things or not that are not a match to the truth of how you see, feel, think, and want to live. So for those that have been living in a little bit of a facade or a pretense mode, it's time to let go of what's not uh, pushing you forward, what's not making you evolve. I also feel like some of you have somehow, it's like it's not that you have not evolved, it's like there has been this phase where your evolving energy, your evolution has been like on pause. There's this pause on your evolving, right, the evolving of your consciousness, that now it's like you're being called to take care of that and to push things through, to not allow to become stagnant, to keep evolving, to keep transforming as you're being called to do. And for Pisces, it's interesting you have the past life card, and I'm feeling like some of you could feel quite hurt by a situation that resembles a little bit of a past energy. So it could be that you're having, the same type of circumstances, or a circumstance that in the past hurt you happen again. Or it could be that you're feeling, I feel like some of you, this is due to the fact that you might feel like this lack of belonging on a group, on a family, on a relationship. It's like a sense of not fitting in or not being able to find the things you're looking for during this time. So it's like you have priorities. You have a priority in your mind, in your heart, that you want to achieve, but you might be going through something right now that it's more of a priority than that thing you want. So it's more about what you need right now to be okay, to be healthy, to be operating fully, to heal, than what you desire. I feel like some of you are being called to put your desires a little bit on hold. Of course, it's a temporary thing. In order to understand what is this about, this isolation card, and this associated with the past life card, can talk about, again, something of the past, an emotional experience of the past resurfacing and making you feel pain, or making you even have that urge to cry or release, restored again, residual energy of a past circumstance that you should take care of. I feel like some of you have not been taking care of yourselves emotionally. It's like you have been doing a lot of things, but taking care of your wounds, maybe you have been delaying that, maybe you have not been giving it enough importance. Something about your emotional world is like you have been running away from what you need to heal. And this week it might be harder to run away from that. Or it could be that, when sometimes we see something or we hear something that reminds us again of the past, something of the past that still it's like a source of pain. So where we have still a bruise. That might happen to you. It's like, I know, unexpectedly you might be faced with something that triggers you, and it triggers you to for you to see things beyond illusion, which is this card, for you to see the truth of something here, of a situation, or for you to see beyond what you have seen so far. So this could also be that in particular for you, Pisces, you're seeing the light on situations, the truth on situations, and on people. I feel that are disappointing to you. I feel like some of you will be a little bit disappointed with others during this time, but this is like this awareness of reality, of how things really are. It's going to it's like transform you and propel you, right, for you to find the people that you deserve to find, the relationships you deserve to find, the support you deserve to find. It's like if this thing didn't happen and if you wouldn't see the real colors of someone or something, you would never move forward to where you really could find a great source of happiness and love. And for Cancer, you have the attachment to the past. So it's interesting, all of you water signs are also dealing with the past here, an attachment to unhealthy emotional ways of dealing with it's like unhealthy coping systems here. But for Cancer, I feel like this is about being patient. You're being called to really be patient with the process of you reaching and getting the things you want. I feel like some of you just want things to be better. You just want things to bloom. You want to be in the Garden of Eden and just enjoy the beautiful things around you. You want to have all things beautiful, all things abundant, all things filled with gracious and filled with beauty. Actually, I feel like some of you really want the best, but somehow you're facing delays, or you're in a process, let's say, that it's taking its time to unfold. And this is a time where you could be questioning that. Why is it taking so much time? You might be going through a crisis of faith about the future and going back or relapsing to a past thing that you shouldn't relapse, or you shouldn't get yourself convinced of. It's like going back to a way of being or thinking or feeling that used to tell you that you would never achieve the things you know you will end up achieving. It's like voices and people telling you that you can't do something, or that you will never find this beautiful Garden of Eden I was talking about, that you will never have your desires and dreams met. Again, it's not that you won't, it's that there's a process here, and it's a complex one, and things are not one thing or the other. They are a mixture of a lot of things. And so some of you, I just feel like you could use this energy by just taking a time apart from things that resemble echoes of the past, negative associations, and stop and smell the flowers, breathe. Understand that everything in nature has its has its divine timing to happen, right? This is why in this card, which is patient, we have this figure that it's pregnant, because everything has timing to happen, an appropriate timing, so that it happens in a way that it's going to lead to the best possible results. So, and actually you might be about to reach it, because you can see that the full moon is just above her head. So you might just be about to reach something that is going to add more abundance and value to your life. So this could even be about career or finances, or just something in your life that you want to see flourish, growth. I feel like some of you have this urge for growth, that you're tired, or you're tired of not seeing it happen, right? You work and you work and you work and you try and you do, and you don't see the results. This is because you might have been cultivating, right? And now it's like, until it blooms, we need to trust. We need to trust and be patient. So don't give up, Cancer. I hope you have all a great week. Thank you so much for all of you that have been liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, and donating to my channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. hopefully we'll see each other soon.